Hello, Void. Well, I continued Shutter Trek again, and I'm not gonna lie, this one I was not looking forward to. Unlike my previous one, which I kind of was and was disappointed, this one, the poster did not make it look good. And the title did not give me high hopes. Now, for my Shutter Trek, I have to physically scroll back through Shutter's library because when I order it by chronologically, it always puts the newest first. So I have to physically scroll through the entire list. So I keep seeing movies that maybe I want to see, or some movies that that looks not good. And some of them just kind of stick with me. And this is one that I've known has been coming for a while, and was not really looking forward to it. But stuck with my guns and kept watching through Shutter. And this one actually pleasantly surprised me. The film in question was Deadtectives. Yeah, it's a terrible name. But I will say, for this movie, it did work. So this movie came out in 2018, and it's a horror comedy. Deadtectives is actually the name of the show within the movie. It's a group of reality ghost hunters that pretty much do a bunch of big bad special effects to make it look like they're being attacked by ghosts as they solve hauntings for people. And their show is terrible. So the fact that the movie has a terrible title works here. So, Deadtectives is having an issue with they're about to be canceled. So if their season finale isn't great, they're going down. And the main character keeps trying to go big and just lie his ass off to pretend there's a haunting just to sell it. But that's been working less and less. And I think it's his wife is just no longer really on board with lying to these poor people that they're solving their ghost problem when they're just exploiting them. So she wants out. A new producer is being brought in, and the rest of his crew, and his other crew, one of them just wants to fuck around, and the other is his brother, who is so convinced that there are ghosts and keeps building ghost hunting material. And so they are sent to supposedly the most haunted place in Mexico, and are supposed to investigate it. They did not want to go to this place, but the studio exec said, "Go there or you're canceled." And so they go in and get trapped in a ghost house and now have to deal with trying to actually solve a ghost case before they all die. But at the same time, they also kind of have to stick around to get the ratings, otherwise they're going to be canceled. So, the movie's not great by any means, but I did like its sense of humor. It won me over, mostly from the characters' interactions. The main character is kind of a douchebag, but he's an enjoyable one, and he does, by the end of it, have an arc where he is trying to get better. I will say the standout here for me was David Newman playing his brother Lloyd, who was just doing this a really great, overly enthusiastic yet incompetent at the same time. He's competently incompetent, and he's entertaining in that role. I do wish that the new producer that was brought in, Avril, she's only in a few scenes, and she was interesting, but she's so underutilized that you could have cut her out entirely and lost nothing, which is a shame because when the few scenes she's on, she does kind of steal, so I kind of wished there was more to that. So, the haunting in question, it's apparently this old couple was telling the story that the people that I think it was either related to or they worked for, I can't quite recall. Suddenly one of the days, the husband pretty much went crazy, killed the people in there, and then shot himself. But she was sure that something in the house made him do it. And sure enough, they keep finding evidence that this has happened again and again and again in this house. And they're starting to see ghosts in mirrors, and looking in mirrors is supposedly very dangerous. And some ghost children keep popping up, trying to maybe help them. And when one character does get killed off and becomes a ghost. Now he's trying to help them despite not being able to be seen or heard. So it actually does kind of go into some ghost comedy bits also there. And the movie, when it's trying to be funny, actually is fairly funny. I did laugh at this movie. It isn't scary by any means, but I was enjoying the ride here. The effects aren't great. The gore effects are, I will say, are pretty good, but like the ghost costume effects are only so. Like the main big bad ghost, he's okay, but the other ones are just a little lackluster. The movie is pretty low budget though, so I will say the gore effects that they do use in there, you definitely see where the money went there. But yeah, so it's a pretty basic story of, yes, a group of you've seen this kind of movie before, where a group of paranormal investigators are stuck in an actual haunted house. You see that a lot. I mean, Hell House LLC was kind of in that turf. Grave Encounters, which both of those, they're better than this movie. But this is doing it with a comedic light, which does add something. So I'd kind of liken it to Deadstream. It's kind of what it feels like, but Deadstream is a better film than this. But this one, since there's more characters, they do play off each other pretty well, which does add something, rather than just the one character talking to the audience the whole time. So I'd actually recommend giving Deadtectives a chance. It's, yeah, the poster doesn't make it look good, but that's part of the point of it, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna give this one 6 MacGuffins. Sure, yeah, I was ready to go into this and just, I was expecting this to be another Christmas Presents. The poster looked that bad. So I was really not looking forward to this, but happy I saw it. So doing the Shutter trick has been very beneficial. Just seeing what's there, even if it's not something I'd normally watch, and I'm glad I watched this one. All right, Void. See you later.